Darren, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. I mean, first of all, quite an easy first question. What have the last 24 hours been like for you?
Surreal. It's been quick. It's been thrown upon me, and probably the good thing, because I've not had time to think. I've just had to act and do things naturally and prepare training and speak to the players and prepare a game in a short turnaround. So there's actually been no time to think, so it's probably been a good thing. I think if it had been said to me and planned, and I might not have slept and things like that. So I think the fact that it's been thrown upon me has helped me just sort of like have to react quickly and do things that come naturally to me. Luckily, I know the club, I know the people, I know the players. I've been in that environment before. So it's very quickly you snap back into the old routines, and it's felt quite comfortable and normal.
I know it wouldn't have been the circumstances you would have wanted to take this role in, but what was your reaction when you're first asked to take the helm at Manchester United as the head coach?
Yeah, it was a shock. Proud. I best speak to Sir Alex. You know, they're the things that first go into my head. You know, I've still got that feeling as a player, but you know, I just think of it's an amazing honour. It's beyond my wildest dreams that I'd be sitting here leading out a Manchester United team. So the fact that, you know, even to play for the club, but you're one of 11 players and one of a squad, but to actually lead out the team as a manager is going to be amazing. Something that I'm proud of, and I'm going to try and enjoy doing. I'm going to try and give my best to the players and to the club and for the fans, and give them a platform to go and express themselves and go and enjoy playing for the club.
You mentioned Sir Alex Ferguson there. What was that phone call like? And was it even a phone call you ever thought you'd be having? You know, being Sir Alex, can you give me some advice about leading this Manchester United team?
I phone Sir Alex on all big decisions that I make in general, really, in football, and he's always given me sound advice, and his words echoed what my thoughts were, that you do what's best for the club, and in this situation you need to do what's best for the club. And that's always been my intentions as a player since I've come back as a staff member. It's never been about me, it's always about me giving back, doing the best I can to help everyone, help the players, help the club, help the staff, help them become better, which ultimately will help Manchester United become better. And that's always been my goal and responsibility since I've been back here.
You mentioned taking training. What has the atmosphere been like? 'Cause I imagine it must be quite strange for the players, obviously with the quick turnaround from Leeds to Burnley. What's the mood been like amongst them?
Yeah, mixed. I think in general the players they're good lads, and I think they don't want to see their manager leave. It's never nice when a manager leaves a football club in any circumstance. I've been there myself. But as in football, as in life, you have to move on quickly. The players are professional, they have to focus, they have to switch their energy to prepare for a game, and we don't want to be going into a really difficult game and a quick turnaround with low morale or low body language or low energy. So as soon as you get on the pitch, the players love playing football, the energy quickly comes back. So as long as the session allows them to do that and gives them the opportunity to do that, ultimately they're out on the pitch, playing football, expressing themselves and preparing for a game. So, you know, for me, the energy has turned around very, very quickly, which is something I'm happy about.
You mentioned in a news conference, you specifically spoke to Bruno Fernandes as the leader of the group and the captain. Yeah. What was that conversation like? Because of course he was close with Ruben, but you know, in terms of getting that idea of how this squad is feeling.
No, it's really important, and I've got a great relationship with Bruno, and as somebody who I respect massively. I think he's been an unbelievable player for Manchester United and an amazing leader. So I think it's important that I spoke to him. Obviously, he, you know, like anybody, Bruno was disappointed in he wants to do well for every manager. Bruno has been disappointed when every manager who's worked for has left the club, and I know him and Ruben had a good relationship. But a bit like me, Bruno knows his responsibility as captain and as a leader and as a player of the club to help all the players, to help the club to do the best for the club, and his focus is always like that. He does everything he does is to help the club and to do everything for his teammates. So he was Bruno, a great leader, a great sounding board, somebody who I respect massively, and it was a really good conversation.
Looking ahead to the Burnley game, of course we can look at your 18s teams, for example, and how they're playing, but as you mentioned in the news conference, that's very much a developmental system. How do you want this United side to play against Burnley? What are the type of things you want to see your side?
Well, I want to see them go out there and express themselves. I want to see them work hard. I want them to play together as a team. And I've got to give them a structure and a platform to allow them to go and do that. I want them to go, yeah, as I said, be expressive. Play to win the game, play as a team, you know, and hopefully I can give them that platform to do that. Work together, stick together, it's about them. They're the ones who cross that white line, so the 11 players that I pick, plus obviously the substitutes ready to come on, that they play as a team, they play with togetherness, and they play with the spirit and an energy of Manchester United. And go and express yourself, go and enjoy yourself, and go and try and win the game.
So much was talked about with systems amongst this group over the last 14 months, and I won't be asking you, are you playing a back five or a back four, but in terms of philosophy, I suppose, what do you want to see on that side of it as well?
I think, listen, football nowadays, formations are fluid, in and out of possession, different phases. That's the way the game's played now. I want to see the players play with enthusiasm, energy, you know, be really positive when they get the ball, and don't hide. I think show for the ball, go and express yourself. These are all the things that we're expecting from the players. We'll have our principles, we'll have our ideas. The game's about the players we've got, what Burnley try and do, and how we can get the combination of the both to allow the players to give them the platform and the relationships on the pitch to go and perform to the best of their ability, and ultimately to try and win the game, because that's what it fundamentally comes down to. It's about trying to win the match against Burnley.
In terms of the bigger picture, I mean, I know it's been such a quick turnaround, but what conversations have you had with the likes of Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox? Not maybe just about your position, but the direction of travel for the club and where they see it going?
No conversations around other than focus and take the Burnley game. I will speak after the game. So I think because of the short turnaround from the Leeds game, it's been prepare training, prepare the game, play the match. So anything outside of that would just be a distraction. So all the energy and focus has been purely on that. Any more conversations on that, I'll be guided by Omar and Jason. As I said, I'm preparing the team. It's been a whirlwind. It's been quick, but we've done it, and we're there now. So we can look forward to tomorrow and be excited by the challenge and the match that lies ahead.
Just curious, one of your former teammates, Rio Ferdinand, he maybe revealed a secret. I'm not sure that there's a WhatsApp group chat with some of your former teammates.
I've not looked. I don't look at the best of times. No, I've not had time to look at my phone, so I actually don't know what they've said. So I apologise to everybody.
He said a lot of them are saying congratulations and are buzzing for you.
Yeah, so I'm going to steer clear of that group. Let's be honest, I might delete myself actually. So no, look, I've got a great relationship with all of my teammates. All of them I've played for, and it's amazing that we all stay in touch and we all stay in communication. I think that's the greatest thing really about it, is the fact that we can all just stay in touch with technology. So for a WhatsApp group you can connect 25, 30 players, which for me is amazing because you can congratulate people. There's loads going on in their family lives, personal lives, professional lives, and we all stay in touch. And so that's the great thing about the group for me. But yeah, I won't be looking at it any time in the near future.
And I know this might be a strange question to ask you, but of course, Jack, Tyler, I mean, you were at Old Trafford to see Jack's debut under Ruben. I could see you in the box across from the press box. That must have been a special moment. And I suppose, I know they'll be on the periphery of the squad, you know, with their position at the team and their ages, but what has it been like just over the last few days, just seeing them from afar, training with them?
No, amazing. And you become a dad and become a proud father. And you know, it's your sons, and you just want them to do the best that they can. So immensely proud of them. And yeah, again, I go back to it being surreal. That is surreal. You can't prepare yourself as much as you think you're going to be relaxed or you're going to enjoy it. You can't prepare yourself for it. So congratulations to them, because they've worked very hard. And yeah, again, I've got no time to think about that really just now, because I've quickly moved on. So the proud dad and enjoying that moment's sort of gone now. All my energy and focus is on everyone else really. So I've got 25 kids now to look after, and not just 2.
I know I asked you this at the very start of the interview, now we're coming towards the end, but have you enjoyed it? I mean, I know this is a very big question, and again, you'll speak to Omar and Jason, I imagine, after Burnley, but could you see yourself, and do you believe in yourself that you could see this for longer than the Burnley game?
I haven't thought about it. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy preparing a team, which is something I've done in the under-18s for 6 months. I've really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the last couple of days, because ultimately that's what I've been doing every day for the under-18s, preparing a team for a match, putting them through the final preparations. I've enjoyed that side to it. It's come naturally to me. So yeah, so in terms of working with the players, because we've got amazing players, great players who I believe in and who I trust. So the fact to be able to work with them again over the last couple of days, see them again, because I've not seen them for a long time, be on the pitch with them again, because you go with being on them, with the pitch with them being around them every day, to 6 months of not really seeing them. So to see them again, it's been amazing just to connect with them again, to watch them on the pitch, to watch how they train, to watch how they play, to see their qualities, and yeah, enjoy preparing playing against an opposition in a tough game against Burnley. I've enjoyed it so far, and I'm hopefully going to enjoy it tomorrow and going forward.
And just finally, Dan, on that note, your affinity with this club, the decades you've spent at this club, childhood, teenage years, adulthood, this phase, which is still adulthood, I suppose. You leading this team out at Turf Moor, I know you've used the word surreal a few times, but how do you imagine that feeling will feel like when it happens?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm sure I'll be proud. I'm sure I'll be nervous. I'm sure I'll be excited. I'm sure I'll be everything. I'm sure it'll be way worse as a player because I was quite relaxed as a player. I don't know. It's unknown for me. So let's see. I'm sitting here now thinking I'm going to be all right, and I might not be, and I might be super cool. Who knows? I'm fairly confident it'll be similar to as I was as a player, and I'll try and embrace the challenge. I used to get excited by games and big things and exciting things and big opportunities. So that seems to have been a mindset and a mentality that served me well. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to try and take on the challenge, be excited by it, and give it my all, give it 100%. That's all I've done in my life, and that's what I'll do tomorrow night.
Darren, all the best. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it so much.
Cheers.